Welcome to my channel, Sonia Unapologetic. My name is Sonia, or welcome back if you've been here before. Before we go any further, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. And get down the comments because this is definitely a situation that is worthy of a discussion. I am going to talk about the Carlee Russel situation. Unless you've been under a rock, you've heard all about this. It's been all in the news. The young lady from Alabama who went missing on July 13th. She was missing for 49 hours. When she initially went missing and called 911, she spoke about a toddler being on the side of the road that she was concerned about. While she was on the phone with a family member, they heard a scream and her phone line stayed open. When the police got to the scene on the side of the road, her car was still there. Her wig was left there, and her phone was, of course, left on the scene. Carlee was found on July 15th. And when I say found, basically, she supposedly had escaped from her abductors and she was able to walk to her parents' home. She told police when she was found that a person with orange hair, I think a male with orange hair, supposedly was one of her abductors. He had orange hair and a bald spot. She was forced into an 18-wheeler, and she also spoke about them feeding her Cheez-Its during the time. It was supposedly more than one abductor, but I think she was only able to see the male with the orange hair, and there was female abductors, or at least one female abductor, but apparently she wasn't able to see the woman. I'm just trying to remember stuff off the top of my head because a lot of this stuff is just so bizarre. And we found out during the Hoover PD press conference on July 18th that, yeah, it all seemed bizarre because she made this stuff up. So, what the Hoover PD said in their press conference was some of the things they said was, of course, there's no evidence of a toddler. They said that while Carlee was on the phone with 911, she said that I guess she was following a toddler in her car while the toddler was on the side of the road, or she was at least in her car and keeping an eye on the toddler. But they said that it shows that her car traveled 600 yards while she was on the phone with the 911 operator. So unless this toddler is just some type of super baby, we don't expect that toddler is going to travel 600 yards on foot in that amount of time. Also, the Hoover PD revealed that before Carlee went missing, she stole some toilet paper from her job. She worked at a spa, I think it was, they said. So she stole toilet paper and a robe from her spa, her job at the spa. And I'm not exactly sure if she also stole cash from the job, but they revealed that she did some Google searches before she went missing, and one of the Google searches was how to steal money from a cash register and get away with it. So I would assume that she was trying to see how she can get away with taking cash from her job. She also Googled, does Amber Alerts cost money? And she Googled, what's the age limit for an Amber Alert? And she also Googled the movie Taken as well. They said that there were additional searches that she did that would basically show her mindset, but they didn't want to release that information yet. Maybe there were some other searches that would just be too embarrassing, which I don't even know if that's the case because this is all embarrassing. At this point, I just asked why. I know people were thinking maybe it was some type of mental health breakdown, but the premeditation of it all, the planning, the Google searches showing her mindset, it doesn't seem like the mental health breakdown is something that's an explanation. Another question I have is just how could she do this to her parents, to her family? Because it just really seems like, I mean, I couldn't imagine the parents would have known about this, or the parents, I don't feel like at all that the parents are in on it. The parents did some type of interview. I can't remember if it was with Good Morning America or Today or whatever, but some news outlet, her parents went on TV and they did an interview, and they were just talking about we can't talk about anything related to the case. I feel like once her parents went on the news to do the interview, I feel like at that point they were aware that it seems like their daughter was not telling the truth, but I'm sure everything was just blowing up and her parents probably just didn't know what to do. It's just a really crazy situation. It's really sad because I was initially very emotionally invested, and I even posted on this channel under the community tab and posted on Instagram that I was in tears when she was found. When read that she was found alive, and that they were just going to take her to the hospital, but at least she was alive and physically okay, I cried. I was so happy. It's like my heart just dropped, and I just felt so thankful and thanking God, and so many people were so invested. One of the ladies who was heading the search for Carlee, her daughter went missing years ago, I think it was. I'm not exactly sure when it was, but this woman's daughter was unalived. So I can imagine how emotional this is, that this woman, out of the kindness of her heart, wanted to help another family because she knows what it's like. She knows how it feels, and she knows that she won't get her daughter back, but she was willing to help someone else find their daughter. It's just a slap in the face to everyone. There are so many speculations and stories out there about why she would have done this. There's just no good explanation. People are thinking it's to make her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend jealous. Other people are saying that her parents were extremely strict. Both of those are not good explanations. Other people are thinking, just wanting attention. I just feel like it was a lie that she never would have guessed that it would have gotten this much attention, and things just spiraled out of control, and she wanted to either get away or make her boyfriend jealous, and she didn't expect that it would be national news and even international, because one of the YouTubers that I watch, he's not even in the US and he was covering it. So I think it's gone beyond national and into international. I just get down the comments and let me know if you can think about or wonder why she did this. I don't know if we'll ever have an answer. It makes me wonder, will she go the Jussie Smollett route and just deny, and just continue to say, no, I was abducted, even though we see evidence that that was not the case. So I'm wondering how she's going to spin this. I'm wondering if she's going to speak out or just try to go into hiding. I'm wondering if she's going to get some type of prison time or what type of punishment. There's just still questions, but I'm happy that we finally have some answers. I'm happy that people can now rest assured that at least that particular this toddler that she mentioned, that that's not the case, that we don't have to worry about that particular toddler. But there are still so many kids and um young people, or just people in general, that are still missing, and there were so many resources and so much time gone to this situation, and there are people who never get the resources, never get the attention, and they're still missing. And it's not a hoax for them. It's a lot, and it just really makes me upset. It just really blows my mind. I can't understand it, because there have been other people in the past who have faked their abductions and it didn't go well. Why at 25 and supposedly a nursing student? So you would think that she has some type of intelligence. Why would she have thought this would end well? I just don't get it. If this is something that is, too triggering, I guess I probably should have said that at the beginning of the video. Why am I saying that this is the end of the video? For some, this could be too triggering, and I would, understand if you don't want to discuss it any further in the comments. But, for those who, I guess, are open to the conversation, because I know even still, with everything that the Hoover PD released, there are still people who are upset that this girl is being called a liar, or upset that she's called out, or feeling like the explanation is mental health, but it just feels very premeditated. And I hate that people always say, anytime someone does a crime or just something outrageous or bad behavior, people say, well, this, has to be a mental health episode, as if everyone with mental health is going out there committing crimes or just really doing some shady stuff. So I don't look at it as mental health could be an explanation for this, because it just seemed like there was an awareness and calculation and some planning for this, some planning, some acting. I'm sure she was looking in the mirror and perfecting that scream, trying to make that scream sound just quite right and believable when she's on the phone with a family member. That was the one thing that made me feel like, no, she did not go through all of this. When they said that the family member heard that scream, that made me feel like, okay, the scream happened at the point to where someone grabbed her to take her and pull her into the woods or whatever. And to think that she really was planned all that and was just like, okay, at the very right time, I'm going to scream and just, keep the phone, drop the phone after I scream. It's just, wow. She really could have put this energy into maybe trying to get some acting roles or whatever. There's some other things that she could have invested her energy in for attention. There's just seems like this just is not the answer. This should have never been the answer. All the planning, it just seemed like at some point she would have been like, "What in the hell am I doing? Like, stop this right now," and would have stopped herself before she got to that point. But she planned it through and actually followed through with it. There was also some things that I saw about the parents getting some type of tip from someone and going to Atlanta to look for her. And then also, apparently, the family ended up at the Red Roof Inn because they had received a phone call from her and went to look for her at the Red Roof Inn. So I'm wondering if pretty soon after she went missing, the parents were probably like, "Oh, no, like, we're pretty sure that she lied about this." And then they were probably scrambling just to figure out how do we prevent this from coming out to cause so it won't cause any embarrassment or blow up. I don't know. I guess we'll find out more, but I think right now what she owes to people and is just the truth. I just hope she doesn't go the Jussie Smollett route and just just deny till the end. I don't think that that's a good idea. I still can't believe this all. I know I said a while back, get down in the comments. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.